You're in a meeting. A problem comes up, and instantly, a solution sparks in your mind. It's a good idea, a smart idea. You can see it clearly, how it would work, how it would help. You open your mouth to speak, but you hesitate. A whole cascade of thoughts floods your brain in a millisecond. What if it's a dumb idea? What if they've already thought of it? What if you can't explain it properly and you just end up looking foolish? You can feel your heart beating a little faster. Your throat feels tight. You look around the table at the other faces, all seeming so sure of themselves. And so, you stay quiet. The moment passes. Someone else says something, maybe not even as good as your idea, and the conversation moves on. You're left with that familiar, sinking feeling in your stomach. A bitter mix of frustration and regret. Another opportunity, gone. If this sounds familiar, you know this isn't just about one meeting. This is a pattern. It's the job you didn't apply for because you felt you weren't qualified enough. It's the conversation you didn't start with that interesting person at the party. It's the creative project sitting in your notebook, gathering dust, because the fear of not being good enough is paralyzing. This quiet thief, this lack of confidence, isn't just costing you moments. It's costing you a version of your life. It's shrinking your world, one missed opportunity at a time. So, what do? We turn to the internet, to the self-help books, and they all seem to sing the same song. Fake it till you make it, they chirp. Stand in front of the mirror like a superhero, puff out your chest, and tell yourself, you are a bold, confident winner. You try it, you feel ridiculous. It feels like you're just lying to yourself. Because your nervous system, that deep, primal part of you, isn't buying it for a second. It knows you're scared. This approach is like putting a fancy sticker on your car's dashboard to cover up the flashing, check engine, light. It doesn't fix the problem. It just creates a dissonance between what you're saying and what you're feeling. Then there's the other big myth. The idea that confidence is the prize you get after you succeed. Just get that promotion, finish that marathon, get 1,000 likes on your post, and then you'll feel confident. So you hustle, you grind, you chase achievement after achievement, hoping each one will be the final puzzle piece. And maybe you get a little hit of it, a temporary buzz, but it never lasts, does it? The goalposts just move. Now you have to defend the promotion, run a faster marathon, get 2,000 likes. You become a validation junkie, constantly needing an external fix to feel good about yourself. It's exhausting, because you're building your self-worth on something completely outside of your control. What if I told you that both of these approaches are fundamentally wrong? What if the entire way we've been taught to think about confidence is the very thing keeping us stuck? We've been chasing a ghost. We've been trying to solve the problem with the wrong tools, because we've fundamentally misunderstood what the problem even is. The problem isn't that you don't feel confident. The problem is that you think you're supposed to. Let that sink in for a moment. True, unshakable confidence is not a feeling. It's not an emotion. It's not a state of mind that you magically achieve and then possess forever. It's not the absence of fear, doubt, or anxiety. In fact, it has almost nothing to do with being certain you will succeed. The real, science-backed secret to confidence is this. It's not the belief that you won't fail. It's the profound, bone-deep knowledge that you will be okay if you do. This is the paradigm shift. This is the aha moment. We've been trying to build an impenetrable fortress to protect ourselves from failure, when we should have been training ourselves to be resilient explorers, ready to handle any terrain we encounter. Confidence isn't armor. It's the skill of getting back up. Think about your brain for a second. You have this ancient, primal part, the amygdala, that's constantly scanning for threats. Its job is to keep you safe. And thousands of years ago, social rejection was a literal death sentence. If your tribe kicked you out, you were done for. Your brain still carries that wiring. So when you think about speaking up in a meeting, your brain doesn't just see a meeting. It sees a tribe that might reject you. It screams, danger, and floods you with anxiety to make you stop, to keep you safe in the familiar comfort of silence. Faking it, till you make it, doesn't work because this primal part of your brain doesn't understand inspirational quotes. It understands experience. It learns from evidence. You can't tell it you're safe. You have to show it. You have to build a new track record, a library of experiences that prove to your own nervous system that you can face a little uncertainty, a little social risk, and survive. So how do we do that? How do we build this skill? We go to the gym. The confidence gym. You wouldn't walk into a real gym for the first time and try to bench press 300 pounds. You'd get crushed. Instead, you'd start with the lightest possible weight. You'd lift it, feel the strain, and prove to your body it can handle it. Confidence works the exact same way. Step 1 is to make the smallest possible bet. Your goal is not to give a 40-minute presentation tomorrow. Your goal is to find a laughably small action that carries a tiny risk of failure or rejection. I'm talking minuscule. For example, instead of sharing your big idea, what if your only goal for the next meeting was to ask one clarifying question? That's it. Your mission isn't to be brilliant, it's just to speak. Or maybe you're walking down the street and see someone wearing a cool jacket. Your tiny bet is to simply say, "Hey, cool jacket," and then keep walking. You're not trying to start a conversation or get a number. You are just practicing the act of initiating and then surviving the outcome, whatever it is. They smile and say thanks? Great. They ignore you? Great. You survived. Your brain just logged a crucial piece of data. We did the scary thing, and we're still okay. This brings us to step 2. You are building a database of evidence-based self-trust. Notice I didn't say self-esteem or self-love. This is more practical. This is about building trust in yourself, the same way you'd build trust with a friend. If a friend says they'll show up, and they always do, you trust them. You need to become that reliable friend to yourself. Every time you take one of these small actions, you are logging an entry in your internal database that says, I can count on myself to try. I can count on myself to handle discomfort. Over time, this database becomes so full of evidence that the internal voice of doubt gets quieter. It doesn't have any data to support its claims anymore. Your proof of competence silences the voice of fear. And that leads to the final, most important step: redefine what failure means. Right now, when your idea gets shot down or your joke doesn't land, your brain labels it failure in big, red, flashing letters. And that verdict gets attached to your identity. I failed, therefore I am a failure. This is the cognitive distortion we have to break. From this moment on, failure is no longer a verdict on your worth. It's just data. It's feedback. Your idea was shot down? Data. It tells you what that specific group is looking for, or what angle doesn't work. Your joke didn't land? Data. You learned something about that person's sense of humor. The person with the jacket ignored you? Data. Maybe they had headphones in. Maybe they were having a bad day. It's information, completely separate from your value as a person. When you truly internalize this, the fear of failure loses its power. You stop seeing social interactions as a test you can pass or fail, and you start seeing them as experiments where every outcome teaches you something. So let's put this all together. Stop chasing the feeling of confidence. It's a fickle, fleeting emotion that you can't control. Instead, focus on what you can control: your actions. Practice the skill of courage. Start with laughably small bets. Collect evidence that you can handle discomfort. Reframe failure as data. Most people think of confidence as a safe, calm harbor. They wait for the wind to be perfect and the seas to be glass before they even think about setting sail. So they wait their whole lives, stuck at the dock, watching other ships go by. True confidence is different. It's not about waiting for a calm sea. It's about building a ship that you trust can handle a storm. It's about knowing that you'll face big waves and strong winds, but you have the skill and the resilience to navigate them. You trust yourself to hold the wheel, adjust the sails, and keep moving forward, no matter the weather. So stop waiting for the feeling. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Your life is happening now. Go build your ship. Pick one small wave to face today. Just one. Let's do this together.